And sitting there, I got really quite boiled and said, "Oh, the hell with all this architecture nonsense. I'll never be an architect. Well, I'm going into the theater."
There were a large group of us who were absolutely bound and determined that we were going to be professional performers. There wasn't any professional theater to speak of, but we knew we were going to do it.
We did the sets, we did the costumes, we swept the floor, we sold the tickets, we answered the phone, we rehearsed, we acted, we learned everything about box office, about front of house, about how to sew a seam, about how to paint scenery. We had a grounding in everything. It was like taking summer school of the theatre and making it last all year round.
Well, in Canada, generally, there wasn't a whole lot of professional theatre. So those of us who were excited and interested and wanted to pursue a career did little theatre work, the Dominion Drama Festival work. And I was extraordinarily lucky to have two very remarkable teachers at that time. And good luck.
At that time, the Dominion Drama Festival was the power in this country, and it was a pity that it really has died away, because it was a very good institution. And it brought all the people together, and they had these great celebrations and festivals and prize-winning plays and groups and so on.
These people provided you with a touchstone, with something that said, yes, I think you're of a quality and of a character and of a talent that you should go and study further.
I came down to Toronto in the summer of '47. And of course the war had just ended a year or two before. So there were a lot of vets coming to university. And there were people who were also interested in theater who had been in the war. People like Bill Hutt and Eric House. And they were also a bit older. So we had this wonderful thing of working with people like Murray Davis, who'd been in the Navy, Bill, who'd been in the Army, Eric in the Air Force, who were older, who had much more experience with life than we had, but were as interested and as involved in wanting to be actors.
I mean, there was no theater to speak of in Toronto. When I announced at the age of 18 to my father I was going into the theater, his first question to me was, "Where are you going to work?" And my answer was, "We're going to make our own." And it was an exciting time because we were all learning, and we had to plunge ahead and forge on our own.
I had to go on in 24 hours. I didn't know a line. And I was very scared and very nervous until I totally dried on stage. And in a split second, you know, it's like drowning, I suppose. You think, oh my God, what am I going to do? This whole career is not for me. Wait a minute. And then something happens. Nature takes over, and you say, wait a minute, yes, it is for me. God damn it, I'm not going to let this embarrassing moment kill it. So I will now ask for the line out loud. And I said, "What's the line, darling?" And darling, who happened to be the friggin' little young teenager who was prompting in the wings, was reading a comic book. She had the comic book on top of the script. So now she had to look for the place, right? So I had a little ad lib, and the audience started to laugh. And I suddenly thought, yeah, maybe this is for me, you know?
You know, no fear. It's so magical for actors and creative people that it is happening, that there's no fear about any of it. I mean, you just do it.